A great big expression of happiness, boy, you couldn't miss with a dozen roses. Such would astound you, the joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you, and it's true.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time. So I had my son. Yes, I did. I had my baby, so that's why I've been off the camera for a while. So you guys, welcome Ellis Scott McDade. Yes, he got here September 21st at 8:07 p.m. I'm going to explain to you guys my labor and delivery story. So you guys know that I was supposed to have my son in October. I let you guys know that my due date was October 17th. And like I said, he actually got here September 21st. So it was 36 weeks when Ellis came. At 35 weeks, he was trying to come, and they had to give me shots to stop my contractions, to stop him from coming, and they had to give me steroids to mature his lungs just in case he did end up coming early, which I'm glad they did because he came a week later. Yeah, he couldn't wait to come into the world, so he came, and I'm so happy. I am a mother now. It's crazy. I'm a mother now. So labor. So I was actually in labor at work. For you guys that don't know, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I am a waxer. That's what I do for a living besides hair and makeup, but I'm a waxer. So I was at work waxing people, waxing my guests, and I'm having contractions, but I just thought they were Braxton Hicks. So every time I would have a contraction, you know, my guests would be like, "Are you okay?" And I would be like, yeah, I'm just having Braxton Hicks. But little did I know I was actually in labor. So I got off of work at 8 o'clock and got home. It takes me about 30 minutes to get home. So I got off at 8 o'clock, got home, and sat in the tub for a little bit just to calm those contractions down, and ended up starting to eat something because I was like, oh, maybe I just need to eat something, and then my water breaks. So I didn't know what was happening. I thought I like peed myself or something. So I'm asking my mom, like, what is this coming out of me? She was like, your water broke. So she rushes me to the hospital. This is on a Thursday night. So she rushes me to the hospital, and they say, oh, you're 2 centimeters dilated. And I said still, because when he tried to come at 35 weeks, I was 2 centimeters dilated. So when I went to the hospital that day, I was like, still, just go ahead and send me home. Like, I didn't want to be in the hospital if I'm just 2 centimeters dilated. Send me home. An OB checks me 45 minutes later and was like, you're 4 centimeters dilated. So at 4 centimeters, they keep you in the hospital. So they got me a room and I slept through my contractions. Yeah, that's what I did. I slept through my contractions. And he is wide awake. And the next morning, they around like 7:30 maybe, they were like, oh well, it seems like your contractions aren't bothering you that bad, we just might send you home. And I'm like, you know, fine by me, I can hurry up and get to work, because I was supposed to work that Friday morning. So right after they said that, was like my contractions got intense, like out of nowhere. So they got really intense. They were at least 2 minutes apart. So I'm trying to thug it out, because my plan was to have him naturally, with no drugs, no epidural, no nothing, because the thought of an epidural scared the mess out of me. The thought of having that needle in my back scared the mess out of me, because you know, you can run the risk of, you know, getting paralyzed. They say you have migraines when you have an epidural. They said that you'll have back pains for like the rest of your life, and like you can't walk after you have your baby, and all this other scary stuff that I was like, okay, no epidural for me. So from 7:30 to 12:30, I'm having really bad contractions. I'm screaming, I'm crying, and this is me. I'm not that kind of person. I don't really scream, or like too many things don't bother me. I have a high pain tolerance. I get through stuff, but this pain, I will never wish that on my worst enemy. That pain was ridiculous. So I asked my nurse, I said, give me the epidural. I could not take it. I said to my mother, I cannot do this. My mom had both me and my younger brother with no epidural. So she was like, oh, you're gonna do the same thing. No, I could not do it. I said, give me the epidural. So they gave me the epidural, and they also, right after they gave me the epidural, they gave me Pitocin to speed up my contractions. That shit did not work at all. So the epidural did, however, work. I was numb from the waist down. That was the best drugs I can ever get in my life. Seriously. So I was numb from the waist down, and I went to sleep from 12:30 to maybe around like 5. I slept for a really long time. They checked my cervix around 5 something, and I was only 5 centimeters dilated. So from Thursday to Friday evening, I only gained 1 centimeter. Like, I only was dilated 1 more centimeter from Thursday night to Friday evening. Just 1. So I'm like, this is moving slow. They go ahead and check me again around like 6:30, maybe 6:45, and still I'm only 5 centimeters dilated. So I tell my mother, go ahead, go walk the dog. We had a dog at the time. So I'm like, go ahead and walk the dog, get you something to eat. I'm dilating really slow. Oh, that was a nasty burp. So I said, go ahead and get you something to eat. I'm moving really slowly right now. So my mom she leaves, and goes to walk the dog and go get her something to eat. So I felt like, and this might be a little bit too much for you guys, but I felt like I had to poop really bad. Like, that's what it felt like. But my nurse already said, oh, you can't go and poop because that means you're pushing. And if you're pushing before your 10 cm is dilated, your cervix can swell up, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm like, there's no way, like, I have to use the bathroom really bad. So I called in my nurse and I'm like, look, I have to poop really bad. Is there anything I can do, because I need to go to the bathroom? And so she was like, oh, let me just check your cervix right quick. She checks my cervix around, this is, I want to say 7:30. She checks my cervix around 7:30, and she's like, no, it's time for you to push. So his head was right there. Like, it was time for me to just go ahead and let him come into the world. And I call my mother and I'm like, Mommy, you need to come back. It's time for me to push. So my mom is rushing back. She's like 10 minutes away. She's rushing back. They're getting everything set up. I'm like freaking out because I'm not trying to have this baby by myself. I'm like, what am I gonna do? My mother's supposed to be here. I'm getting scared at this point. And I see the nurses getting everything set up. They call my doctor so that way she can come and deliver Ellis. And right as she was coming in, she said, oh, we're waiting for Mom. My mother runs in there. My mother grabs one leg, the nurse grabs the other leg, and they tell me to start pushing. I pushed about four times, and he was out. My baby boy came into this world at 8:07 p.m. So, like I said, she checked my cervix at 7:30. I probably started pushing around 7:45. So about 15 minutes, he made his entrance into this world. Probably like after 7:45, because I had texted my best friend and was like, it's time. I texted her at 7:45 and was like, it's time. So probably started pushing after 7:45, and he made his entrance at 8:07. He was 6 pounds 5 ounces, which I was very happy about, because had I went full term, had I had him October 17th like I was supposed to, I would have had a really big baby. And I'm gonna just let y'all know, like, the biggest I've ever gotten was in my pregnancy, and I only weighed about 125 to 130 pounds. That is it. I know people that are not pregnant that weigh that much. So I'm very small. Without being pregnant, I might be like 105 on a good day. I'm very small. I'm a very small, short person. You guys can't tell in these videos, but I'm very small. So I was not looking forward to pushing out like an 8-pound or 10-pound baby. Like, I thought I was going to tear something terrible. But he was 6 pounds 5 ounces. Absolutely beautiful. Like, it's amazing to have seen him come out of me, because I was looking at the little mirror that's up at the top. You know, I didn't mind watching, but his eyes were wide open when he came out of me. And they said normally that does not happen. Like, babies usually keep their eyes are shut for a while, but yeah, he was eyes wide open, just like they are right now. And yeah, my son looks just like me. He looks like his mommy, and he has a personality already. He has an attitude, but I think he gets that from me. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions or anything, yeah. You guys know what to do. Make sure you comment below, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you click that button. Not only am I going to be doing hair and makeup tutorials and doing vlogs and everything, I'm a mother now, so you know I'm gonna be doing some creative stuff. I'm gonna be making costumes for him which I'm going to do for Halloween, so stay tuned for that. And I'm just going to be vlogging about how it feels to be a mother and everything from this point on, because every mother's different. So I know I'm going to do things a little differently than how someone else does. But you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you to all of my subscribers that stay with me through everything, because I know I'll be leaving y'all hanging. So thank you for sticking by my side. And yeah, I love you guys so much.